Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're gonna look at this RockShox 35 Gold. I've wanted to try this fork for a while, mainly because it has the wider 35mm stanchions, but it has a simpler damper. Additionally, if you want to change the travel, it's very easy on this fork with just removing some spacers inside the air spring. So with every new fork that I get, I always want to go and do a quick lower leg service, and that's what we're going to be doing today. It will tell you a lot about the fork, how it's been used, how it's been serviced, and it's always nice to try it with some fresh oil in the lowers. First thing you want to do before you start working on this is, of course, get the air out. I'm going to remove this air cap, get a small Allen key, and just release all this air. Open the compression. I'm gonna cycle the fork a few times until I hear a click, which means everything inside is fully extended. Now we can go ahead and remove the lower bolts. Here you have your rebound knob. I'm just gonna remove that. If it's a bit sticky, you can use a flathead screwdriver to get it out. Now I'm gonna unscrew both of the Allen bolts, just a notch, just a little bit, because I'll have to hammer them in to release the lowers from the uppers. So I have this bit I'm gonna put here, and with my rubber mallet I'm just gonna tap it slightly up, and you can see how this one went in all the way up, and that is it. Now the spring side is released. So now I'll have to drain the oil. I'm just gonna put all these two containers here. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'll get a piece of paper just to remove any excess oil that we have here. I'll spray some isopropyl alcohol on this paper and just clean up the uppers, and then we can set them aside. First impressions, the uppers look pretty nice. Looking at the oil, it doesn't look too bad. There's some bits of dirt or debris inside, but generally the cover seems fine. What I noticed is that on one side there is quite a bit less oil than the other. There might be oil draining from the uppers into the lower from the actual damper. The lockout was working fine, but I'll keep an eye on this. Now let's remove the foam rings, and I can see that definitely they need some cleaning. I don't have new ones here, but I'll clean these and put them back in. I'm gonna order a new set of these and put them back in next time. Now I'm gonna clean the inside. You can see one from the first go how much dirt and debris was in there. One last pass. Now for the disassembly, I'm trying something new. The service recommends using RockShox specific oil, but I wanted to buy something that I can use on both Fox and RockShox forks. So I went and got this Supergliss 68K. Based on the specification, it should be perfect for the environment that I'm riding in. And it comes with in a 5-liter jug, so it should be plenty for a lot of services. I'm gonna pour in some of this plastic container. I'm gonna put the two foam rings in there, and I'm just gonna fill it in with a bit of oil. Now put this on the side. I'm gonna get my lowers, put the foam rings in, nice and loaded with oil. And of course, I'm gonna try to not make a big mess, but yeah, that is all in. I'm gonna put just a little bit of SRAM butter on the rubber seals. I'm gonna get my cleaned uppers and I'm gonna drive them in. I'm not gonna push them all the way through because we need to pour in some oil in the lowers. We're gonna put 10 milliliters of oil in each one of the legs, and I'm gonna use the oil that I just soaked the foam rings into. Roughly 10 milliliters of oil. Now I'm gonna push the uppers all the way through. Finally, I can put my bolts on. Usually you need to change the crush washers, but again I'm doing a quick service here, and these washers seem to be in a good condition, so I'm just gonna screw them in. If there is any issue, any oil leaking, I can always replace them later. Let's do a quick clean before we assemble everything back together. Now we can tighten both bolts. They go to like 7 Nm, so that's nothing really. Now I'm gonna pump the shock up to roughly 55 psi. I'm just gonna cycle it a few times and add more if needed. Okay, we are at 50. I'm gonna do a final cleanup, but that's basically the service done. The fork feels very smooth. I'm gonna throw it on the bike. Probably I'm gonna do a bike review at some point later on, so stay tuned. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!